Thank you so much for joining me today. Wherever I come to, I'll tell you what, first of all, beautiful drive-in, and in the background you see an abbey. You also see the sea. I've come to Whitby, and I've been here before. I actually done a comparison of 5 different fish and chip shops to find out which was the best, in my opinion, in Whitby. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Behind me, 2 people. No, behind me, Mr. Chips by the Sea. It says there, muddy paws and sandy feet welcome. No paws, but I have probably got a little bit of sand going on. This has got some not so good reviews. And I'm pinching this idea from my mate Greeno, and he basically goes around and sometimes actually looks at restaurants which haven't got the highest ratings and what have you. This one's only got a rating online, I think it's about 3.1, which isn't that good. Or is it 4.1? 4.1. My apologies, some 4.1. But I want to read out a couple of the reviews online, so give you an indication. And I want to see, is it that bad? And I've got to be honest, at 4.1, I'm thinking, well, that doesn't sound too bad to me, because if it's in London, I'm pretty sure these fish and chips will be a lot better than the fish and chips I've got. Anyhow, a lady called Julia turned around and said, great fish and chips, great price, no complaints. Okay, where you go. Mark says, possibly the worst fish and chips in Whitby, and I've tried them all. Okay. Nikki, the worst fish and chips we have ever had, although cooked fresh. Both the cod and chips were really oily and soggy. Bit of a mixed one, that. Andrew says, chips look and tasted 3 days old. Burger was not freshly cooked. It took less than 2 minutes to cook. Bread cake was flat as a pancake. Well, are you sure it wasn't a pancake, Mark? Or Andrew? I'm really looking forward to it, because in fairness, the worst fish and chips is probably the best fish and chips in the south of the country. As always, muddy paws and all. Let's give it a go. Be careful here, walking across this road. Come on then. Can't be that bad. It's Whitby, for crying out loud. It definitely can't be that bad. What does it say? We're fully licensed, air conditioned. Come in and enjoy a gin cocktail or a pint of Moretti. I might have a gin cocktail and a pint of Moretti. Come on then. So here I am. What I'm going to order, I'm going to go for their haddock and chips. That's £13.05. Then their fish cake, which is £3. I'm in Whitby. You've got to go for the scampi. 10 pieces of scampi, £9.50. Some mushy peas, £1.50. Curry sauce, £1.50, and homemade tartare sauce, £1.50. So yeah, lady seems very friendly. So no problem. I've also noticed that everyone who goes up there, she offers them scraps. Do you want any scraps? Yeah, not a fight scraps, scraps. You know. So yeah, I'm going to get it all, kind of find somewhere where these seagulls are not going to attack me. This is going to be interesting. Okay, I'll see you shortly. I came up with a cunning plan. So cunning, I think even Baldrick and Blackadder would be massively impressed. And Doggy nearly had me sides going there. I decided to walk to the end of the pier because there is no seagulls. However, what happened? It's got incredibly blowy, and yeah, a little bit unpleasant, and I think it's just starting to rain, so I need to hurry up with this. So take a look here. This is my haddock and chips. I've already put salt and vinegar on the chips. So cooked to order, and that's what I really like. They're incredibly polite in there. Gnarly bits on the top of the haddock. Bless you. Someone's catching a cold, I'm not surprised. So gnarly bits on there. So let's just go into the haddock. You take a look yourself. So it's there. It's a tiny bit on the greasy side, but it would be because it was cooked to order. So yeah, you go there. I just want to crunch and munch. Now it's skin on. I don't mind skin on, skin off. That's tasty. They're close up in there. Beautiful whiteness to the haddock. The batter, beautiful and crispy, gnarly bits on top. That's good. It's definitely not awesomely good, but it's certainly not, it's not bad. Which is a bad idea, didn't I? It's even worse. Don't you dare go on the floor. Onto the chips. Take a look. Healthy portion of chips. The problem I have is my fingers are very, very greasy from that. A little bit anemic. Take a look again. They needed longer. There's no doubts. They needed longer in the fryer. And you can see that. And that's echoed all the way through. Just another minute. And I think that's one of the issues here in Whitby. Because it's so busy, and again there was a queue and people coming up and in and up and up. And they've got a restaurant on the side. They're trying to cater for so many. I can't put a spin on that. They are disappointing. Not good. You can only see one up in the distance. Pop that there, pop that there, pop that there. Open this up. This is the fish cake. Now it's not the fish cake I was expecting. I thought it would be a fish cake. So you'd have a layer of potato, then some fish, then another layer of potato. All round, I thought it would be a little bit different to that. That's more of a hockey puck fish cake. Take a look inside there. So you've got sort of a little bit, it's more so processed fish all. It's not unpleasant, I have to say. It's not unpleasant. But it's not great quality. I think that's just mass produced, bought in. It's okay. I wouldn't go back and order that again. That is for sure. I mean, take a look at it. It's not the greatest ever. Chat's laughing over here. He sees my little struggles and all the rest of it. It serves me right though, doesn't it?
I've got to say, it's half an hour ago would have been a better timing.
Story of my life.
If only it was only half an hour.
It's true, true. So here's the scampi. Now this is all produced in Whitby. First impressions, looks a bit over, doesn't it? Crikey. I tell you what, you needed to go where the chips were. Well, the chips needed to go where you were. Looks a bit sorry for itself. It's okay. All it is, 10 pieces of scampi that you can buy in any supermarket. That's a bit strange. That one needs to be a little bit crispier. Take a look at this one. It definitely needs to be less crispier. I'll come to how much this costs, but it's in breadcrumbs. It's like the weather, not the greatest. Mushy peas, let's open them up. Let's mix them around. So we've got whole peas in there, lots of sauce. We've got the mushed peas as well. Let's try them, you know me. And my mushies.
I was just going to say, I came across your videos about 4 or 5 weeks ago. We're off to Humble Pie off the back of your
Oh wow!
recommendation, so
Listen, Gary, obviously,
it's
your name?
Dave.
Dave. I hope you have a great time. I think it's fantastic there.
Yeah, it looked bang on. It wasn't somewhere I'd have thought of, but anywhere else in particular you'd recommend or not?
Trenchers, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Take care, mate.
Brilliant. I hope you have a great time.
I hope the wind gets down for you.
Thank you. Where was I? One nice guy. Humble Pie, by the way. Take a look at the video. Definitely give that a try. Mushy peas are shocking. Bitter. Not lager, bitter. And I do mean there's nothing's going to save them. Absolutely nothing. And like an idiot, I've done it again. Oh God, that is... Seagulls, where are you? Seagulls, I've got something for you. No, you're not silly. Curry sauce. Take a look at that. All over my fingers. I like the look of it. It smells incredibly spicy. It clings to the chips perfectly. Really fruity. That's good curry sauce. Nice, proper amount of spice coming back at you, tingling away. Do you know what? That is actually a really nice curry sauce. It makes the mushy peas look absolutely shocking. I'm going to go again. That's how good that is. Whoa. And last but not least is their made in-house tartar. Okay, please don't blow away, please don't. I want you with that, I want you with this. I was about to say, no, well that's okay. But it's not. That's actually very tasty, creamy. Tiny little crunches there with the gherkin in there. Made in house, I like it. What I don't like is the location where I've come to. What I am going to do is now just sit down here for a minute, relax, leave it. First one's taking a view, seagull, leave it. I'm going to enjoy the view here. The wind has naturally calmed down because I've finished. And yeah, just relax, enjoy myself. I'm not going to enjoy myself too much because some of it hasn't been fantastic, but overall it hasn't been a disaster. Right, what do I think of Mr. Chips? Before I say that, again, take the view there. I'm looking at it right in the distance and I can see the clouds are rolling in, and so's the rain. So got to make this a little bit quick. I didn't think it was the best, I've got to be honest, and if I compare it to some of the fish and chip shops I've actually had in the south of the country, it doesn't compare with that either. So I'm going to run through things one at a time here. The haddock and chips. I enjoyed the haddock. I really enjoyed that. There was nothing wrong. I'm not complaining about it. Was it up there super the best? No. Was it down the bottom? No. That was a nice piece of haddock, well cooked, and that was brilliant. Chips, I got to tell you, I think they were wrong. And they needed to be kept in a lot longer, and didn't taste unpleasant. So it's not a point of bringing it back and saying, gosh, that's really unpleasant. No, it wasn't anything like that. But it's fish and chips. The scampi. I'll run through the prices. The haddock and chips was £13.05. That's okay. We're in Whitby. That's kind of around about the standard price there. The scampi, £9.50. That was shocking. That's a 0. I'd actually give that scampi a 0 out of 10. I gave Rick Stein a load of stick about his scampi and all the rest of it. And again, I think if you go into the supermarket and get a packet of the Whitby scampi in there, it's about £3, £3.50, something along them lines. £9.50. Come on, guys, that's ridiculous price. That is absolutely shocking. The fish cake wasn't what I expected, and it just wasn't. It was mushy, it wasn't great. It had a flavour, it had a taste to it. Would I have it again? No. That was just your basic bought-in fish cake. £3. The homemade tartare sauce, I like that. £1.50, yep, no complaints. Thought that was fantastic. Curry sauce, absolutely fantastic. £1.50. I thought that was really tasty. The mushy peas, 0. They were the worst. They were, you know, I'd go as far as say they were on the turn. And on top of that, then I got a can of pop, as they say, £1.50. That's a little bit disappointing because I completely forgot to pick it up and bring it with me. So yeah, £31.55. Some of the reviews online are saying it's very disappointing, and I actually see where they're coming from. You know, from my point of view, it actually looked the part. It looked really, really good. However, I don't think it delivered on this occasion. And again, I've got to tell you, Whitby is absolutely packed, and it is really, really busy. And everywhere it seems to be really busy. And is that the issue? When it gets so busy, it's difficult to always deliver super high-end quality. Mark's going to give it. Haddock was really tasty. You know, the tartare was, so it was, I'm going to give it, I can only give it 4.5, 5 out of 10. It's going to be that low. It's 4.5, 5 out of 10. I really hope it was a bad day at the office. The reviews online aren't actually saying that. But the interesting thing was, a customer at the beginning turned around and said, this is the very best, this is the best. I don't know. You know, I don't know. From my point of view, I hope it's a bad day at the office. I hope it improves, and away you go. The other thing that's got to wait and go is myself, because I can actually see, this is no messing around, in the background, the rain coming in, and now it's actually starting to actually, why does it always rain on me? Which is what's happening. Now, I'm not going to panic, I'm not going to run, I'm not going to do anything silly. The man's looking at me and saying, yep, you're going to get wet in a couple of seconds, so I would run if I was you. Yeah. Until next time, bye-bye. If you can like and subscribe to the channel, you know, I always appreciate it. Bye-bye. Nice and easy, relaxed. Now, relax. Now it's pouring.